Good afternoon. We're here on this lovely day. Father and I down on the pond here. The beautiful Charlie's Place. Joe's Feeder Brook. A little bit of ice on the pond this morning. And we got quite the task ahead of us this morning when we came in. That's an old dam site. One of many now we're scheduled to remove for a habitat restoration right here in Charlie's Place. Taking an active role, responsibility, and stewardship of the land in here between the two rivers. And Joe's Feeder runs directly down the center, off the plateau. I'm going to walk down a little ways now and just give you a little example on what we were doing here today. There was a big dam across there for years, packed just like concrete. So that's number one. And in order to reveal the site here, thickest alders that you've ever seen. So that was the job first. Get an idea on what we had to do, to what extent. Mostly all hand tools, picks. There's a big hole down there. I'm not sure if you can see it. Alders are down in there. Anyway, all the big rocks we took out of that hole. And this man-made structure here was built. Many years ago. In the late 1800s, they started blooming pine out the brook. White pine and red pine. So they would cut it all to the pond. Get it down here and let it go in the spring of the year, high water, and let the dam go and let all the wood go. And then they came back in the 50s and 60s, I'll say, maybe before that. And then they had to go with the spruce, pulpwood, 4-foot timber. And most of that went out the brook before they installed roads. And believe it or not, just they hid the structure there. And on the other corresponding bank there. Used to be able to drive right across that. And in here now, there's an old road goes up through here. There was a barn. Horse barn, wherever they used. Oxen at one point. Lots of beautiful habitat there now for the fish migration. Trout and salmon, eel. Very well oxygenated for the fish. Summertime now that's dry and there's a pool there. So you want to keep a little bit of active water flow. Another pile of alders. But not only is it a site of multiple generations. Oh, find the spikes. No. Yeah, not only is it a multi-generational site, it's a cultural heritage site. And there's traditional trapping and hunting grounds. And I'll get another video now, stay tuned for video 2 of our Joe's Feeder habitat restoration. Right straight across there, I don't know if you see the ribbons, up your woods. We came down here this summer, poking around, because my grandfather, when he worked there, one of the foremans, there's always stories about our ancestors using this fishway way before the dams were here. They were guides. They would guide them up to the areas where there was no maps, there was no GIS or nothing then. So there's a structure in there that's could very well date hundreds of years old. I'll get a video now when we get over there. But it's wooden doweled, and instead of making the logs up and down vertical like the old cookhouses, our Uncle Lawrence cooked in here. But that's a totally different, unrelated site. And the nails are all blacksmith, they're square nails. So we got an archaeologist coming here now in the new year. Visit all these sites, do some excavation, hopefully. And you can imagine what's down through the layers. You can even feel the presence over there in that area, because some of the campsites you can almost tell before you set foot on them that you're getting close to a summer occupation, right? Lots of geese here. Ducks. They have everything here that they wanted, right? So yeah, a little bit of cribbing left there. And old mink box. That's not that old, but it's probably from the 50s or 60s, somewhere on that line. So I guess it is old, 50, 60, 70, pushing 75 years. There's the foreman up on the bank overseeing the project. Anyway, stay tuned for video 2, Joe's Feeder, Habitat Restoration. Over and out.